Madeline, maybe blank is just who he is. Maybe this is what life looks like with him. Can you get with it or get without it?
She walked into couples therapy expecting Jesus himself to co-sign her complaint form, and the therapist hit her with a get with it or get without it that even Solomon couldn't have delivered cleaner. Let's check it out.
I'll never forget asking my boyfriend a million years ago to do couples therapy with me, and I couldn't wait for this couples therapist to literally tell my boyfriend at the time, "You, sir, what are you doing? You need to change this, this, and this." And I couldn't wait. I'll never forget asking my boyfriend a million years ago to do couples therapy with me, and I couldn't wait for this couples therapist to literally tell my boyfriend at the time, "You, sir, what are you doing? You need to change this, this, and this." And I couldn't wait. Ooh, I was frothing at the mouth. I was like, she's gonna see how right I am and how wrong he is and how he needs to get these things together, okay? So I'm
Clearly, she doesn't know how couples therapy works. The therapist is not there to take sides. They're there to let you guys talk it out and then give input and mediate.
there.
Credit for her honesty, but at the same time, she's not really telling men anything they don't already know. Most guys, if they're dragged to couples therapy, they suspect that this is what their wife or girlfriend's genuine intention is. She's not going to therapy because she's actually interested in growth or introspection. No, she's trying to weaponize the therapy and then outsource blame to this licensed referee.
Sitting, I'm waiting. I can't wait for her to tell him. And then it goes a little something she hears both sides. She's our couples therapist for a few weeks. And then she finally kind of tells me that maybe this is just who she, and this is in front of both of us. She says, "Madeline, maybe blank is just who he is. Maybe this is what life looks like with him. Can you get with it or get without it?" She didn't.
Let me take that back. Look at how shocked her face is there. She's obviously never considered that as a possibility. But the fact that this was a revelation to her is proof that she didn't want a boyfriend. She wanted a renovation project. And so,
well, I mean, dude, most women assume that they can fix men, and by using their body or whatever, they can manipulate men into changing their ways. But what they find out is it's usually only temporary, or it backfires in their face.
So when the therapist suggests that he actually doesn't need remodeling, there's nothing broken with him, there's nothing to fix, he's actually okay the way that he is, her mind breaks. And you can tell, she clearly never considered the possibility that he was okay the way that he is, that she doesn't need to change him. Actually, what she needs to do is just adapt. I mean,
adapt, change herself, realize that not everyone is meant to be. If this relationship or this person, who they are, isn't what you want, then it's time to move on to the next and not waste anybody's time.
It's a bit embarrassing to have to go to a professional therapist to be told something as obvious as men are not clay. Just because you're a woman, you don't get to sculpt them the way that you want. But at least...
Okay, embarrassing, no, because a lot of people are just born dumb and with no ability to self-reflect or look at things from the outside the box. So that's what therapy is for, so you can learn those things. I would disagree with that statement. I hope she learned from it. Maybe she didn't.
She's had the realization now, however you get there. And this is actually a powerful opportunity for growth here. This is where she can change and actually implement this. So I'll be curious to see where she goes next, whether or not she rises to the occasion.
She didn't say it exactly like that, but she basically said that. So she was sort of shining a big light in my face that as much as I wanted to control XYZ, all these things he was doing that were pissing me off, okay? Rightfully so. If I could give you the details, I would, but who cares? And no. It was really I had to come to a realization of what I can control was actually just me staying in that relationship or me leaving that relationship.
What I just said, realizing that not every relationship is for you.
That's tough. That's a tough realization when you see so much potential in something. You're like, oof, if we could just get through this hurdle, oof, if they could just, be consistent and change these things, ooh. But really what I had to realize is that my only power and control is to stay in it or get without it. Eventually I got without it. It was for the best. Hard.
probably for the best for both of you. Hopefully you'll take that into your next relationship and realize, that if it's not a good match, like we have to remember, we talked about in another video where people sometimes put sex and love in the same box rather than keeping them separate, and realizing when you're just having a really fun time sexually with someone and you connect on that level, but your relationship and like getting along, a connection is not good. And those are okay. Sometimes you have a fling and you're done and you move on to the next one, but you can't stay in it and pretend to be in love because the sex is really good.
Realization to learn, but don't waste your time, you guys. It's probably better to get without it.
No, what a waste. No, she doesn't get it. That's so disappointing. She was so close. I shouldn't be surprised, really. There's so many modern women who have it in their minds that they have some kind of like godly inspired duty, like they're this divine mission to reshape men in their own image. That's like
isn't that what she's getting? Like she couldn't reshape him, so she left because it was better to realize that, take the L and get out and find someone that's the way she wants.
Role on earth that they have been assigned to fix men. Have you ever experienced that? Like you're with a woman, like your girlfriend or wife, and she's criticizing you and like shaming you and telling you all the ways that you're failing, that you need to improve, you need to change this and that. And instead of being embarrassed at all of her entitlement and arrogance, like throwing all of this unsolicited advice at you, instead her energy is proud, like she's righteous, she's like some noble crusader. So many.
Okay, now I see where you were going with this, because I was like, okay, like I don't get what you're saying here, but my friend, she is on TikTok talking about this. Obviously she cannot tell her true inner feelings and her broken down ego, because she needs to look good on social media for all the other hard bitches out there who are in relationships that are not good. Hopefully some of them and her viewers will see through this, but not her. She can't let her tough girl thing go. She's got to be right. You can never break the ego online for some of these people.
Modern women seem to think that masculinity is something that they should conquer, when that mindset is a complete perversion of what femininity should be doing. And that's what this woman doesn't understand. Femininity should be supporting. If you want your man to be better, stop nagging, stop complaining, stop criticizing. Why do you think that will help? Has it ever worked for anyone? Ever? Do you respond to that kind of feedback? No, obviously not. So there must be a part of you that understands that this is not going to work.
But I think that some people, they don't immediately get. They think, okay, like maybe if I talk to him or nag him a few times, be like, oh, okay, like I get it. Like, because we do this to our girlfriends and wives as well. Like they do something that annoys us, we try to get them to stop doing it. But at a certain point, you just realize, okay, it's not gonna stop. And so you try the little negotiations first, and then it just turns into resentment later. And that's when they get this like need to conquer this feeling, and then, end up in this situation.
You're not helping him, you're just tearing him down. And maybe, if you're honest with yourself, you'll admit that actually was the real purpose behind what you're doing. But guess what? He's not failing you. You are failing him, because what a woman should do for her man is not tear him down, it's build him up. How have we forgotten this most obvious, basic truth?
But you still have to like get along with the person, like them, enjoy their company. You can't build someone up if you just don't like what they're doing all the time. If everything they do makes you mad, there's no reason to stay and build them up.
Effective women are those that harmonize with their man, and they use their femininity to support him, to help him, to cheer him on. You want your man to succeed? You want him to be a winner? Well, guess what? Men can do incredible things with a good woman at his side. And that woman can feel genuine pride in all of his accomplishments, knowing for a fact that they were genuinely achieved in partnership between the two of them.
But that was not the woman for him. She was not down with that, and he probably was not down with her either. I imagine both of them had issues, and he probably wasn't too torn up when they broke up.
Too much of an exaggeration to say that women could get everything that they want if they just be nice to men. Just be nice. Just just be kind. Just go
Truth,
back to being
truth.
feminine.
That I
Is
agree.
that so terrible? Like, is that allowed? Am I allowed to say that to women? Because
You are, but you also have to remember that you can be as nice as you want to someone, but it doesn't mean that you're compatible.
I'm honestly confused. Where did women get this notion from that it was somehow beneath them to support their man? Where did that come from? What are they thinking?
They haven't gone to church enough, that's why. But, you know, not everyone is compatible, and it doesn't matter how hard you try. If you're not compatible with someone, you're not compatible, and it is a better situation sometimes to just leave for both parties. And therapy can help. The fact that they were willing to go to therapy, that's always a good start. She had the wrong idea about it, of course. You know, it's not a place to just have someone side with you. Everyone always remember that. If you're going to couples therapy, don't try to get a therapist to side with you. That's not what it's about. It's about mediating the conversations between the two of you to figure out if you are good together and you can work through this, or if you've got to end the relationship and move on because that's better for everybody else. But, you know, if you just don't get along, you just don't get along. It doesn't matter what you do. You're not going to treat each other the best because you just are not compatible. And that is okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please let me know your thoughts down below. And I will catch you all next time. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and the little dingy button so you know when Jesus drops a new video from heaven. I hope you're all having a blessed day. Peace out and amen.